The following is a Nightfall Media production. For more information, check out nightfallmedia.io. Star Wars Nightfall is a not-for-profit RPG actual play podcast set in the Star Wars universe. Nightfall claims no relationship with Disney, Lucasfilm, or any of their partners or affiliates. Nightfall can be found online at starwarsnightfall.com or twitch.tv/StarWarsNightfall. The following episode contains strong language and simulated acts of violence. Listener discretion is advised.
May the Force be with you.
It is a new day for the fledgling Jedi Order of Tython. With the Inquisitor defeated, Jedi Knight Syu Zee is free to rebuild. New recruits arrive in batches to begin a new life, surrounded by those who would lead them to their destiny. Nightfall is Peyton Castle as Syu Zee, Richard Capisil as Crick, Justin Chapman as Fen, Rob Hunter as Dr. Nemefitz, BFM as Nellos Cath, and myself, Zach Som, as the Galaxy Master.
I have a question of the day.
Oh, let's do that. That sounds fun.
Last season one question of the day.
Oh God, you put it like that. Well, I think it's pretty good.
No pressure, but if we get canceled, this is the last one ever that people will remember.
It's true.
I think this question, not to brag, I think it's pretty good. What Star Wars character would be the most successful on YouTube?
Oh,
It's wonderful.
What's the name of the pirate in Clone Wars? Yondu.
Yondu.
I think Yondu would have the best
Yondu
YouTube.
would do great.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking awesome.
I feel like Ben Kenobi would have an awesome cooking channel.
Kenobi would have a cooking channel?
Yeah, because it'd be what he does outside of being a
No.
master.
There's a crazy just right-wing rant series of blogs by Owen Lars. He's just like, there's no damn water. And my nephew's got no work ethic. And it's just all of the old crotchety fucks.
In the sand,
Watch
it's
it
everywhere.
all the time on loop. The sand, it gets everywhere.
Oh, I can see that.
I could see Chewbacca doing reviews of stuff.
I was about to
The
say,
worst is, he's right, I can too.
in tandem.
That's all he had to say. And even everyone listening was just picturing Chewbacca like holding up a Pringles can. Being like,
While Chewbacca's doing that in the Millennium Falcon, I was thinking Han Solo would be like a travel guide YouTuber. He's like all the shady places you can go in the galaxy.
yeah.
He
But
gives
if you
you
go to
bar
Ornamental,
recommendations.
You don't go down Main Street, kid. It's not a place to be.
I think so. I actually follow up. I think Chewie would have like the counter channel to that, doing the exact same reviews for different reasons.
Oh my God. Yeah. Pretty fucking good one.
Oh, you can see the other one in the back shot half the time recording their own video.
Like Chewie's just in the background doing a selfie.
What he's saying is that they like turn the chairs in the Falcon so that like you can see the back of Han doing one and in Han's you see the back of Chewie. Oh, great.
Which one would blow up on TikTok though?
I don't even know. One random battle droid. I stand by it.
One
Yes.
gun.
There's one random battle droid
droid
that one time on TikTok said Roger, Roger, and they've used it to for every single affirmation video
That's
ever.
the trending sound for
They
like a
use the
year.
They just
sound.
post a video that's like, did you know Tatooine doesn't get any rain ever? And it shows a battle droid like, Roger, Roger. And like, that's just shit like that every time.
every time.
Rolling
huh?
at that.
Yeah, that's it.
Although to be fair, I think
I'm going to see that video on TikTok in like a week and be pissed because I started it.
On to brighter things. So last time we played, you guys, you finished the season. Good job.
Hey-o!
Round of applause.
Oh, we did it.
Yeah. Couldn't have done it without me.
Kinda true.
It's not very often I finish a season of anything, so
Either as a viewer or as a player.
yes. Yeah.
So it is 5 years later, and a YT-1300 emerges from hyperspace in orbit over the planet of Tython. On board, we have Dr. Nemefitz in the medical bay, who seems to be treating a young human female.
Damn, Come here, youngling. It's not that bad. It's just a wound. I've treated many far, far worse than this. Now, this might sting for a moment. Hold still. It's all right. It's all right.
It does sting.
It's only a minor abrasion. I promise.
Can I go home now?
Well, in a way, you are home. We're in orbit above Tython now. They told you about Tython, I'm sure.
Someone mentioned it, but I don't know anything about it.
Well,
Can you take that away now?
yes, of course. I'm sorry. Just holding the iodine on the poor kid's hand. I'll gently kind of wrap it in gauze. Well, Tython is a place for people like you. A place for you to be safe, to learn, accept your true potential, which is no doubt one of greatness.
What is to become of me?
You are to have the opportunity to become a Jedi at the hands of one of the greatest mentors I have ever known.
We will cut to the cockpit where Fishboy Crick is at the controls. And sitting next to him is a young Quarren boy.
Well, Klios, this is Tython. We finally made it. Any final words before I send you off?
Oh, what if I don't want to be a Jedi? I kind of like being up here. What if I just want to fly ships?
Well,
Do I get a choice?
you do. If you choose to be a pilot, I will teach you, and I will keep you under my wing, safe, until you are able to fight on your own. But I recommend you learn how to be what you are first. It will only improve your abilities.
All right, I think I can work with that. All right, let's do it.
You'll be in good hands, at the very least.
And you will guide this YT-1300 down into the planet's atmosphere. You will land at the makeshift starport that has been constructed over the past few years. It's nothing state-of-the-art, but it gets the job done. Mostly it's just you and a few other ships that come, to and fro. It's still very difficult to navigate to and from Tython. The deep core of the galaxy is, filled with black holes that kind of distort gravity, and as they shift, it becomes increasingly dangerous to travel in and out of Tython. So you'll land at the starport. The ship's ramp will descend, and you'll be greeted by a young man, a young human, maybe about 5'9", in very light robes. And you and Dr. Nemefitz kind of guide these children down the ramp, and the man in the robe stands there and he goes, "I'm a Jedi!"
Jesus Christ.
Yes, we are quite aware.
You've been a Jedi for a while now, Dave.
I'm just so excited all the time. Welcome to Tython. I am David Grohl, and I will be escorting you to the Jedi Temple.
Mimi will lean over to the Padawan, or the youngling, I guess not Padawan yet, that he was mending the bandage to. One last check to make sure the bandage is holding after disembarking the ship. And as he leans in, I'm kind of leaning in the ear, and he's a very good Jedi, but he's not the mentor I was talking about. Just go get settled in. You're going to love it here.
David, please do not lose these children.
Crick, listen, I understand the last trip didn't go quite as expected, but they almost all got there.
Except for that one child.
Right.
That arm was easily replaced, Craig.
Just be careful.
I am the epitome of careful.
Especially this one. I point to
Klios.
I point to Klios.
All right, I'll take special care of that one. And he's gonna put his arm around the kid, and they're gonna start to walk towards the speeder. And sitting inside of the speeder is a Bothan who goes by the name of Fen.
You just put Fen on a speeder with a button. and
I'm sorry.
the moral compass is Dave Grohl. That's where you chose to take the finale.
I'm sorry. David Grohl will put his arm around Klios and begin to walk towards an ATST.
That's so much more.
An ATST.
No, you are in a speeder.
So I'm on a speeder bike.
You're on a speeder. David Grohl is going to arrive with a number of children, and they're gonna. It's not so much a speeder, like it's the equivalent of like a bus.
A bus.
You're a bus driver.
Everybody get on.
They will begin to load up, and they all seem to look very nervous around you.
I'm gonna put it into whatever gear that goes the correct speed on this planet, and I'm gonna drive off into the sunset.
So you will take off towards the Jedi Temple, and one of the students, a young girl, does seem to be like at the front of the bus, kind of standing next to you, yeah, pretty much, but just like looking out the viewport in front of the speeder. And she is going to like, I understand why they brought us here, but are we safe? My family's been persecuted for as long as I can remember.
I would say you're in one of the best hands I've ever been in.
Okay.
You're guaranteed safety here, and the things you will learn will help you and others along the way forever.
What have you learned here?
What have I learned? I've learned a lot of things in my time here, helping people and kids just like you. I've learned that you gotta care for everyone that you care for deeply. Keep them close to your heart, and no matter what, try your best. Because if you don't try your best and you give up, then bad things could happen. And if you're out there, all alone, just remember, you got someone out there, always, that's on your side.
And the speeder will arrive at the footsteps of the Jedi Temple. And everyone will disembark, and David Grohl will begin to lead them up the staircase. Welcome to Tython again. Welcome to the Jedi Temple. You have some moments to get yourselves acquainted. There will be barracks on the second floor that you may occupy. Find a space that is yours. No one will touch or go through any of your things. There will be a lockbox at the foot of the bed. When you are ready, meet myself and Jedi Master Syu Zee in the archives, also on the second floor. And the children will begin to disperse, and David Grohl will head to the archives where Syu Zee is going through a number of books and sorting them.
As Dave Grohl approaches me, he begins to hear my voice get a little louder as I'm talking out loud. And Syu Zee is just simply reading off the name of each book and setting it on the shelf. And as David gets closer, Syu Zee stops and goes, David, have the new trainees arrived?
Yes, they are getting themselves accompanied in their separate rooms.
Splendid. Everyone make it in one piece?
Yes, no mishaps like last time.
Good. I'm glad to hear this. And is Bing Bong getting the materials ready for some studies later?
He's running a little bit late, but yes, he had checked in about an hour ago.
Good. Well, what brings you to the archive then?
I just wanted to give you an update on the Padawan's arrival and see how the book categorization was going.
So far, so good. Since that last storm tore the whole archive apart, it's been a little bit of a long process getting everything filed correctly, but it's coming along quite nicely. So I'm glad to hear the trainees are settling in and that Bing Bong may be running late, but that he's getting materials ready. Check this out. I've finished my first book and it's going right into the archive. And
Becoming much of a writer, are you, Master?
Well, I feel like someone's got to carry on stories from, before all this. Come, let me show you what I've been working on.
All right. And he will follow you.
I lead Dave into the study, and all over this wall, there's all sorts of just different notes written down and all sorts of different ideas. And I gesture to Dave and I say, I have so many ideas of more books and stories to write. And I could write some of the stories that I've told you about. I could transcribe some of the tales from before, from previous Jedi like Case Barradoon or Kyle Xander. But I actually think there's a more important story I should transcribe first.
Are Case and Kyle's stories worthy of being in the archives?
Yes, I feel any story, whether it ends in tragedy or happiness, is worth writing down. For it's all knowledge and there's always something to be drawn from it. But I feel the story that needs to be written down next is of Dalen Galt.
And is this story one of inspiration or a cautionary tale?
Well, David, as you should know, stories are more complex to just fall under either category. Sit down and let me tell you.
When I'm in need of clean energy and laser focus, I take a moment to meditate, reaching out to ghost energy.
Have no fear. I'm here to provide you the focus and energy you seek. Take this can of Strabango Margarita Ghost Energy and fulfill your destiny.
My goodness, this divine liquid is clear and its flavor is superb. Is it truly vegan and gluten-free?
Indeed, young one.
Is it true that it has 0 sugar?
Not a sugar to find.
It also lists a multitude of nutritious vitamins. That can't be possible.
But it is. Ghost energy is transparent in their labeling, making it clear to the people what they are drinking.
Then I shall meditate more often, for I shall see myself wanting more.
It is much easier than that, child. You can find it in stores near you, and find a link in the show notes of Nightfall episodes for a 20% discount on Ghost Energy products.